The bad news for the Bulls, the stomach virus that has hit Michael Jordan, and you wonder just how much, how long, and how hard he'll be able to go.
In his weakened condition, Jordan was up against league MVP Karl Malone, the confident Jazz, and the raucous crowd in Utah.
I don't know if Michael can carry the Bulls on the road against the Jazz.
And on this night, it seemed that carrying the Bulls would be too heavy a load, as Michael's illness had clearly taken a toll. Meanwhile, Utah was only growing stronger. Having won games 3 and 4, the Jazz continued their surge. Exploding out of the gate, they raced to a 16-point lead in the second quarter.
Stockton looking, whipped inside, Malone goes up, it counts, and a foul.
Everything clicking right now for Utah.
In this pivotal contest, all signs were pointing to a Utah victory that would put them in command of the series. But while Jordan was still drained, he was finding the strength to persevere, and through sheer determination, he would keep Chicago in the game.
MJ against Russell to the free throw line, hangs in the air, jumper good.
Oh, shot.
Nothing but net for Michael.
Bad pass, lost the handle. Here's Jordan, comes down on Hornacek, goes to the glass. Driving layup for Michael.
Throughout his career, Michael Jordan had delivered many brilliant performances, but he had never been more courageous than in this crucial game. Though his stomach was ravaged by flu, he was displaying enormous heart as he continued to lead the Bulls' comeback.
A heroic performance by Michael Jordan.
But battling his illness and the Jazz proved to be an exhausting task for Jordan. And each time he faltered, Utah was ready to take full advantage.
Russell's open up, Bushler. Slam! Whoa. A big-time slam. Utah will take a lead in intermission.
But while the Bulls still trailed, Jordan would grow even more determined in the second half.
Really, in between every possession, when there was a dead ball, you could just see it on his face how drained he was. But then when the play would start, he'd summon something from within.
Here's Jordan. Jordan looks in over Russell, faces the basket, keeps it, 7 on the shot, over the top of him, yes! Michael Jordan continues to blaze away, illness or not.
What a play by Michael Jordan.
For all of Michael's heroics, Chicago was still facing an uphill battle as the Jazz seemed to have an answer for every Bull run.
Bad pass, knocked away, but Malone runs it down with a good hustle. Anderson baseline, a slam.
But each time Utah threatened to pull away, the ailing Jordan would rise to the challenge, and throughout the second half, he kept the Bulls within striking distance.
Shot clock at 7. Jordan shooting, yes.
Michael just laboring to get back to that defensive end, just trying to get to the finish line.
Still, Karl Malone was carrying the Jazz down the stretch, and the question remained, would Michael have enough strength to lift Chicago to victory?
Sweat just pouring off Michael Jordan. No time to rest now. Here is Jordan, outside. Chicago down 3. Puts it down, drives the lane, a running 8-footer, yes!
Jordan had become an inspiration to his teammates, and his remarkable effort had led the Bulls all the way back. They had finally pulled even with the Jazz as Game 5 entered its waning minutes. Control of the game and the series was now up for grabs, and it appeared that Utah was ready to seize the opportunity.
Loose ball, picked up by Hornacek, no whistle, shot clock 2, Stockton, 3 for the lead! Another huge 3 by Stockton!
With little left to draw upon but his will, Michael would try to make one final push. The score was tied with less than a minute left to play, and Jordan was the focus of attention. Could he deliver yet again?
And all eyes here are going to be on Michael Jordan. And on top, Pippen wants it, wants to go on Hornacek, demanded the ball, back Michael, open 3, yes! They lead it, 38 points for the Kings!
Stuck a dagger at him with a 3, yes!
A courageous, classic performance by the flu-ridden Michael Jordan.
Propelled by their victory, the Bulls would go on to win the championship in Game 6, and Michael Jordan had added perhaps the most amazing chapter to his playoff legend.
It's all about desire. You just got to come out here and do what you got to do. we wanted it real bad, you know, and me as a leader, I had to come out and do my best. Somehow I found the energy, just stay strong. I wanted it really bad.
The effort that he gave us today was unbelievable, you know. As his teammates, you know, we should have stepped up and played much better basketball, but we really appreciate the way that he steps up and shows his leadership to our ball club.
There's something inside of him that allowed him to compete when he probably shouldn't have. That was a game that a lot of guys would have probably just bailed on it. And he was just able to rise above how he felt and accept what he had to do, and he did it.
I didn't want to give up. You know, no matter how sick I was, or how tired I was, or how, you know, low on energy I was, I felt the obligation, you know, to my team, to the city of Chicago, to go out and give that extra effort.
This is the NBA on NBC. The 1997 NBA Finals. Tonight, it's Game 6, the Utah Jazz versus the Chicago Bulls.
And hearing it from the crowd. The officials, Joe Crawford, Bennett Salvatore, and Steve Javie. Luke Longley and Greg Ostertag getting set to go on the opening tip. Ostertag coming off a very strong performance in game number 5. The Bulls with a 3-2 lead after snapping Utah's home win streak at 23 in a row. Jazz looking to tie the series, which would set up a 7th and final game here at the United Center on Sunday night. Pippen, yes. And the game is tied at 4.
Rhythm, nobody can block that shot. Just go ahead and shoot it.
And here's Pippen again. This time, Scottie Pippen going glass. So the Bulls lead by 2. To the line, fouled by Luke Longley.
Well, Scottie Pippen's shot clock winding down, just backing in until he got comfortable and just turning and shooting right in his face. Coming down in transition once again, getting the size advantage over Hornacek, kissing nicely off the glass.
Now Jordan trying to go to work on Russell, and he does.
Still pretty good defense by Brian Russell.
Every time.
And here's Jordan. Yes. Championship in Milwaukee, and a couple of pretty good duos in this series. Jordan and Pippen, Malone and Stockton. Well, tonight, a look at the 4 future Hall of Famers. Michael Jordan starting off in low-key fashion, 2 of 5. Finds the open. Foster. Oh, way off.
Watch your face.
And Scottie Pippen.
Oh, terrific job by Brian Williams, who fumbled that rebound.
Jordan. Here's Michael Jordan. How about Chicago with 29 points and just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half? Jordan for 3. Yes. Out of 3. Here's Jordan getting the step and hitting. 0.6 of a second remaining. All Malone and Rodman bumping each other. Oh, well, the Chicago Bulls are hoping to wrap it up here tonight. And Michael Jordan cuts it to a 5-point Utah lead. This is a Chicago team that went 39-2 here at home during the regular season. That's the best mark in the league. It counts in the foul. Scottie Pippen getting the friendly roll, and he's headed to the line.
Chicago has a great knack of attacking where the defense is weakest. That's Hornacek on Pippen. They just continue to roll him into the lane.
Now Jordan posting up and finishes with the fadeaway.
Separates Jordan. Great defense, Scottie Pippen, and here comes Jordan.
Jordan putting moves on Stockton. Jordan putting moves on Hornacek and going the distance. Number 4 on Luke Longley.
Michael Jordan working in the post now, getting into the lane, surrounded by 3 Utah Jazz players, but able to hang in the air and fade. And Karl Malone thought he was fouled by Pippen, was arguing with the official all the way back. did not help in transition defense, and that left Michael all alone with Hornacek.
Bulls have missed their last 5 shots, and some sloppy pass work. Jordan, yes, he thought it was foul.
How is that not a foul?
With Bennett Salvatore, that's 3 on Dennis.
Terrific pass by Dennis Rodman as Michael Jordan had to hang in the air those extra couple of seconds as only he can, knowing he's in trouble with the 7'2" shot blocker, but he was just able to outlast Ostertag.
And apparently they changed.
He'll be looking to help out on Jordan or Pippen.
Oh, Jordan scooped it up on the steal.
Well, Michael buzzing on defense right now, ready to dart in every passing lane, just swiping right by Brian Russell.
So 2:36 to go in the third. We'll be right back.
So 3 minutes ago, Scottie Pippen picked up his 4th foul. Phil Jackson has elected to keep him in the ball game the whole time, and the way the refs are calling it very close, that's a huge gamble for the Chicago Bulls because he's really playing well. They can't afford to lose him.
Normally the man he's playing is Brian Russell, who's not a driver as such. Jeff Hornacek realizes it, takes advantage to get in, and the reason that was called a block on Dennis Rodman, too far underneath the basket and too much contact.
For Jack Ramsey, you know how to run the 2-on-1.
The first illegal defense that was called, it counts in the foul. So Pippen with the bucket, and he heads to the line. The foul committed by Hornacek, his 4th.
Now Hornacek in foul trouble. That'll bring Shannon Anderson. Terrific position this time by Scottie Pippen. The drop step and able to avoid any double team that was about to come down as Howard Eisley continues to be the rover defensively. Not worried at all about Randy Brown as an offensive player.
Hornacek to the bench with 4, but as I'm watching Scottie play right now, a good time for a flop against him to try to pick up his 5th foul. You look at the big 4 tonight. Jordan huge as always. Scottie very good, but plagued by the foul trouble. Karl Malone working his way into it, and John Stockton now on the line just suckered Steve Kerr.
Here's Kerr on a quick release. Steve Kerr with a 2-pointer. It's down to 5.
And Chicago is going to have to figure out how they want to play these pick and rolls. Steve Kerr has had all kinds of problems with John Stockton on this play.
Minute and a half gone by in the 4th. Anderson way off after the setup by Stockton. Pippen for 3. Yes. Utah needs a timeout. The Bulls are within 2, and Jerry Sloan will talk it over. Williams. Kerr for 3. Yes!
Finally.
Jordan. Yes. I don't think you can let Michael Jordan. Oh, what a pass. Anderson blowing the stuff. He thought he was fouled.
Pippen's 5th foul. Here comes Pippen on Shannon Anderson from behind. All ball.
Jerry Sloan very upset. He was looking for the foul call, obviously, on Pippen. Jordan.
You can't just open up the floodgates.
Michael Jordan just able to overpower Shannon Anderson. Nothing Hornacek could do. He's playing with 5 personal fouls.
Cannot convert the layup.
That's the 2nd time he's blown the layup, and this time Jordan comes right back as a major factor. A very tough matchup for Utah.
Experienced players know how to play with 5 fouls. Scottie Pippen has basically been a rover anyway.
Looking to extend to a 7th game. Jordan with the spin. Yes! And the Bulls lead by 3. Jordan. Yes! Scottie Pippen looking. looking for Michael Jordan. Checks the clock. 5 on the 24. Here's Jordan. Did not have the shot. Kerr does. Steve Kerr. 5 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. The Jazz take a timeout.
Well, the question was, would they come double Michael Jordan? Stockton game. Steve Kerr, reminiscent of John Paxson in '93.
5 seconds remaining in regulation. The inbound. Pippen rolls it to Kukoc. The Chicago Bulls have won their 5th championship in the last 7 years. Just 0.6 of a second remaining. It's a 4-point lead. There will. Now probably they'll say now it's over.
But as you accepted the trophy, you said to Scotty that he was your MVP.
Scottie Pippen we're a tandem. It's hard to split us up. He means a lot to me when I go out and play on the basketball court. He relieves a lot of the pressure that I have to deal with. I try to do the same for him. It's hard to take this MVP by myself. He's got to take half of it. I take the trophy, he may get the call.
Scotty, the first one had to be real sweet. What about the 5th one?
This one is great. It was a lot tougher for us, a very difficult task to beat the Utah Jazz. We take our hats off to them. They gave us a hell of a series, but we stepped up as champions to do, and we brought it back home for number 5.
Yes.